Hello guys, welcome to today's video. I'm so happy you're here. I'm really excited for this video. I don't usually do wrap-ups, but there's something about April. Like, it's my birthday month. It just feels like it deserves a reading wrap-up. Especially because I was getting out of a reading slump, but I'm gonna tell you which books got me out of it. When I show you the books, there's 12 of them. You can see the tapped books. It's obviously these 3 books that got me out of the reading slump. I'm gonna get into it, but I just want to tell you that this month is the month I finally decided to get the Kindle. Now I ordered it, it was getting all ready, and just then, I realized there's no Kindle Unlimited in Slovakia. It's not worth it for me without it, especially when I like to read physical books more. So there's that. I hope they will work on that because I don't know what's the issue. Like, I feel like all my neighbors, like the countries, can get it, but Slovakia can't. What do you have against us? I put the first one I want to talk about on the bottom. So, It's Submerged by Dani Petre. This is like the only book I've read in Slovak that's like this. It is a part of a series. It's Christian small town romance, but also a mystery. It was nice that everything was resolved quickly and there was no third act breakup or anything. But this book was just too short to do justice to everything, I guess. It was just bits of everything and I don't know how I feel about it. Although I'm thinking about reading the second book because I really liked Piper, who is the main guy's sister. I think I'd enjoy it more in English. I just don't like reading romance, mystery, fantasy in Slovak. I don't know, it doesn't feel right for me. I'm sorry if you can hear my laptop. I gave this 3.9 stars. It was good. I was invested, but it was not that good. Now keep in mind, I rate the religious books differently than the other books. You can compare those two. So this is a biography of Saint Veronica Giuliani, and from the biographies I've read this year, I liked totally only one of them. I rated this 1/5. The writing of this was 1. Overall, the information I got was a 5. I feel like this didn't do justice to this saint. I don't know, it didn't, I don't know. This is why I don't do wrap-ups. See, because I don't know how I feel about anything. It was, again, kind of all over the place, but I loved learning about her life. Although it was pretty hard to read at times. Oh, Lenten Healing, I don't have it here. I borrowed it to a friend. That was the book I started on Ash Wednesday, so in February, and it ended on my birthday. No, the day before my birthday. But it was like everyday devotion, I guess. I definitely recommend this book. It's a 5-star read, and especially because you know that I love my Catholic authors. But one thing I really want to mention is that I enjoyed reading it alongside of Be Transformed, The Healing Power of the Sacraments. The authors are friends, so it was a little similar, but it was like nice to read about the same things, just go deeper, I guess. I don't know. It was just nice. So if you are interested in books like that, I recommend reading them both together. Okay, One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You could see me in one video, probably the last video. Yeah, my sister picked it for me. It interested me because of the first sentence, but it was not that good. I gave it 3 stars, but looking back, I give it 2. I liked some of her books when I got back to reading, but that's when I liked Colleen Hoover, so I've got taste now. If you don't know, like, the concept is pretty interesting. She gets married to her high school sweetheart after like 10 years of dating, and the day before their 1-year anniversary, he goes on a trip, a work trip, and he doesn't come back. She gets a call that he's dead. Maybe a year later, she feels like she needs to do something with her life, so not necessarily like move on, but just live. And she stumbles upon another guy who was in love with her in high school, but he left without saying goodbye. to university because he knew she was in love with her husband. They started talking, started dating, they got engaged. And one day she got a call that her husband is alive. So now he got back, she was engaged. Both of them wanted to get her back, I guess, didn't want to lose her. But at the end it wasn't her choosing between the two of them, but choosing who she wants to be, because she was totally different person with each of them. Now a huge spoiler, you have been warned. If you want to know who was the chosen one, it was the other guy she was engaged to. I just don't like some things about her writing. That's all I can say. The fifth book is His and Hers, but I filmed my reaction to that one. And I'm sorry I'm so pessimistic. I don't know why I'm like this, why I criticize everything. I don't want to be like that. But I am. I'm sorry. I forgot to update you on this book. I finished it and I hate it. I think it's just Alice Finney thing. I read the Rock, Paper, Scissors in January. So I think I got this one after I read that. So if I didn't like it, I probably didn't realize it's the same author. Maybe I don't like it because I don't understand it. But if you want to read it still, because it is highly rated. I was updating my Goodreads, but I think I gave this book 3 stars, but it was only 2-star read. It was not that bad that I had to DNF it. It's more so the book I read just to see if it gets better or if it starts to make more sense, but it didn't. The back sounds so interesting, like when a woman is murdered in Blackdown Village, newsreader Anna Andrews is reluctant to cover the case. Anna's ex-husband, DCI Jack Harper, is suspicious of her involvement until he becomes a suspect in his own murder investigation. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Like, who did it? But also, like, why was he a liar? Why did she keep the things she kept? It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. Okay, that's about it. Never reading a book by her again. Maybe I'm gonna eat my words, but so far that's how I feel. Now, The Secret History. I got this book for my birthday. It was the only one my sister-in-law could find from the ones I'd like to read because, you know, again, I'm in Slovakia. It is hard to find books I'd like to read online in English and in Slovak. So especially in bookstores, it's a miracle she could find this. I do want to read this because while I was looking for some Catholic authors, I came across Donna Tartt and they said that she's a practicing Catholic. I was hooked. I didn't know what was this book about, not really, but I did know that it has something to do with Greek history, so obviously I'm not that stupid. I know it's gonna be something with Greek gods, but like you can tell she's a Catholic because there were very unnecessary jabs into Catholicism. I read a pretty big chunk of this book, but it's one of those, like, you just start reading it and you know it can be like 100 or even 200 pages less. It's over 600 pages long, so I would be just wasting my time, let's put it that way. So I DNF'd it. If you don't know, DNF means did not finish. So I didn't finish this. Oh, I forgot the Paris Connection. I read this as an ebook. This is like a heartfelt, supposed to make you feel good romance. And it did make me feel good until I remembered that she has a boyfriend. I was like smiling while reading it when Leo did something nice or whatever. And then I was like, oh no. I get it, but in my opinion, even if you think that your partner is having an affair, you don't go and fall in love with someone, you know, in one day. It's just icky. But I, again, like that it was resolved pretty quickly. And I love that Leo gave her actual time. Like, okay, we spend the whole day together. We're obviously falling in love. There's something there. But he gave her time. He didn't push her into anything, even though I don't think she'd mind, really. But like, no contact, you do your program, and if you want to, we'll meet here and here in 7 months. I loved that. Interesting concept, but I just don't like when books are like this. Like you have picture perfect relationship, but something happens, maybe you realize you are not happy and stuff, but you go and fall in love with someone before you break it off with the other person. So I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, maybe 3 would. Then the Switch. It gave me similar feelings like the Paris Connection, but at least she wasn't going around falling in love with someone while she was in a relationship. Like she was in a relationship, but she rejected the other guy and didn't do anything. It's about a grandma and her granddaughter who switch places. So the grandma moves to London for 2 months. The granddaughter moves into the small village, and yeah, they just live life. And I really enjoyed reading about all the side characters as well. I was invested, but some things about these books were icky again, so I rated it 3 stars. I was so not excited to read Love and Other Words, but I was like, everyone loves this book, I have to give it a try, because this month with reading was just horrible. Like the whole year pretty much was so bad for me, because I started like getting my driver's license in the beginning of the year, and I just now everything went south with me. You can see the tabs. Oh, but I talked about this book. I decided to open all of these 4 books because this video feels like filming a video where you film until you read a 5-star book. The books this month sucked. I know what books are here, but I'm thinking I'm gonna read at least one of them because it's everyone's 5-star read, so I feel like it should be good. Oh, I just found it. And this is like the worst cover of them all. Love and Other Words. It's childhood best friends, 2 lovers, but something happens that separates them for 11 years. I'm still not totally out of the reading slump, so this is weird. This book is similar one, I think. Last Time We Met. One Promise, 2 decades. Oh, that much. Can they still keep their word? I think they decided or agreed to get married if they're both single at 35. Interesting. Pretty. Okay, so that leaves these 2, and this is Dance of Thieves. It's duology. I just don't feel like getting into another world. But I think I'm gonna take these books to my sisters. I'm planning to go to Bratislava in the middle of May, so these are coming with me. I think this is the first one, Dance of Thieves. This is the second. Wow of Thieves. They are gonna look so pretty on my bookshelf. Now that we have that out of the way, let's read this, shall we? I just finished this. Bear with me, because I'm realizing I have no idea how I feel about most things in my life. So I'm not sure how I feel about this. The whole time it was like 4.5 stars. It reminds me so much of Every Summer After. But what happened there that made them fall out for 10 years, that was icky. I don't know if I could get through that whole situation, but this, well, his explanation, I don't, but I didn't enjoy a book this much in a long time, so that speaks volumes, I think. I'm just happy they're back together. I was annotating, but I just had to read, so I'm gonna go back and tap the pages. Why do I compare everything? I just like when the characters have their things, you know? Like in Would You Rather, that was a 5-star read. It was Would You Rather, in any awkward or bad moment, they would ask that. And what these 2 had was, what is your favorite word? When I think back to a few hours ago, I was really not that excited to start this book. I don't think I'm back at it, but like I'm better. So I think I'm gonna finish the one I'm reading this month, and that's gonna be it for now. Is anyone surprised I read The Dance of Thieves and Vow of Thieves? I was so ready at like 30 pages of this book to just DNF it, not care about it, just put it on my bookshelf so it looks pretty. But I pushed through. I did want to know what the whole fuss about. I don't know how I feel about them. Like the talk about gods and stuff, not my cup of tea. We all already know that. Other than that, I liked it. Just the thing, like, she tells him she can't give him tomorrow, and then she promises him that all her tomorrows are his. So I rated these two 5 stars. Okay, and the last book I'm almost done with. I didn't finish it yet, but I still have some time. It's Tremendous Trifles by Chesterton. And I'm really surprised some people don't know who he is. I understand that people maybe don't know who Peter Kraft is, or Scott Hahn, or Mike Aquilina, but like, who doesn't know who Lewis or Chesterton are? Well, anyway, these are like occasional diary entries, that's what he called them, and they were published in Daily News. If you don't know, like, he converted to Catholicism, so he is a philosopher, and this is very much just like about religion, but also his life. He's all over the place, kind of, but it seems like a theme between philosophers, most of them, especially like the older ones. It's just a bunch of essays about everything and nothing, so it's not for everyone, I don't think, but it's funny for the most part. Some things are very clever, some are just like, huh? So yeah, again, not for everyone, but maybe you enjoy it. Okay, so that's the 12th book. I think that's it for this month, and now I'm just gonna take all the books that I have out here in my room, and I'm gonna reorganize my bookshelf again. So that's gonna be the next video, and it's possibly gonna be the last reorganization of my books into that bookshelf, because I'm supposed to be moving. The video is done, it's over, okay? But I just want to ask you if you have any idea, how should I take this wall, my wall, with me to a different place? Everyone likes it so much, and they are like, you should keep it, it's pretty, and I know it's pretty, and I'm gonna miss it. How am I supposed to take everything? I have a few ideas, but I don't know if any of them are good. I also don't want to tape this again on a freshly painted wall. So I don't know. I really don't know. If you have any ideas, let me know. Okay, I'm done. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys. Bye.